I'm pretty confident I've cracked the code on what's inside every single Easter egg in Madden 25 Ultimate Team. Here's the answers you've been waiting to know. Now, Salsa family, and welcome back to another Madden 25 Ultimate Team video. Hope you watching this one are having a wonderful start to your day. Hope you have a great weekend, and without further ado, let's get into this. Now, if you didn't know, Easter eggs are divided into two different types of rewards. Number one are player rewards, which are going to be giving you specific cards when the Easter eggs open up on the 20th, which is Easter Day. And number two are pack rewards, which will give you some type of promo-specific pack on the 20th. Now, how do you know which one of those two options you have? Well, it's pretty simple. If you get an Easter egg that looks like these eggs you see on the screen, that looks like the small, the medium, and the excellent, that means you have a player Easter egg. This is what they look like. They all look the same. They'll just have a different name and a different quick sell value on them. Then option number two are the packs, and the packs are going to look like this. They're going to be colorful. They're going to look different. It's very, very easy to see whether or not you got a program pack or a specific player, and I'm going to be going through and revealing what I think is inside of both different options. Now, another very important distinction to make is the value of your egg. Depending on how much your egg quick sells for, that's kind of going to give you an insight into how good the player is inside of here. We can kind of use the numbers EA Sports has right here to help us out when it comes to determining what overall is inside of your egg. Say, for example, you get an LTD player egg, the most expensive one you can get right now. That quick sells for about 15k carats, and very clearly, as you can see, that's a significant number of carats, a lot more than pulling like a 2,000 carat player, which is likely going to be like a 94 or 92 overall. So very important to note. Now let's get into predictions. These are all of the eggs you can possibly earn in Madden 25 Ultimate Team. Let's predict what's inside each of these, because honestly, if we're able to go through and predict which of these eggs have program-specific cards that are valuable, like Combine or like All-Star Athlete, that will help you a lot in determining whether or not you're going to hold an egg or get rid of it. Okay, let's start with the Egg K egg. I am very confident this will be an AKA egg. I'm expecting that to be some type of 93 plus, 94 plus pack, whatever it may be. Very confident that will be an AKA player pack. The art is the same, the name is the same. Tick that off. Number two, the old school egg. This one is also what I would consider to be a lock. Old school, what are we thinking? We're thinking past players, and what does the art of this egg look like? It looks like Ultimate Legends. Very confident that will be an Ultimate Legend egg. Again, Ultimate Legends and AKA, not the greatest program, so those two eggs, those could maybe be quick sold. Now moving on, we got the Spy egg. This one I'm very confident in as well. Spy, free agent, moving to a new team. It also has the free agency coloring in the background. I'm thinking free agency right there, honestly. Not the greatest egg either. Those first three aren't that sick. Moving on, we have the mixed egg. This is one that I'm not 100% sure of. I am thinking Redux right here. The reason why is mixed kind of makes me believe, okay, this is going to have a combination of a bunch of different programs in it. And of course, with Reduxes, every single LTD gets a Redux. So I'm thinking that one is going to be a Redux egg. Okay, not amazing, but could be good. There's like a Quinton Nelson would be an insane pull, and there could be some actually really good pulls in there. Next up, we have the popular one. I believe this one will be NFL honors. The coloring doesn't really match up, but in terms of NFL honors, you would think that the most popular players in the NFL, or whoever gets the most votes, are getting NFL honors players or NFL honors rewards in real life. I am thinking popular will be NFL honors. Could be wrong though for some of these, but these are my predictions. Next up, we have one that I am pretty confident in. It is the Rising Egg. I believe the Rising Egg will be Roster Revolution. Roster Revolution, kind of the theme of that program, are players that have revolutionized their team and have climbed in the ranks to have a significant impact on their squad. I think that will be Roster Revolution, the Rising one. Next up, we got the Solar Egg. This is one that I believe will be NFL Combine. As you guys can see, the coloring in the background matches the NFL Combine program to a T. That red and that blue, they're the exact same coloring as the NFL Combine program, and I cannot lie, Combine cards still pretty expensive on the market. This to me might be one of the best eggs you guys can possibly get that isn't a player. I'm a big fan of the Solar Egg right here. If you have this one, I'd recommend you keep it. I think that one will be NFL Combine. That's a keep for sure. Next up, we got the Super Egg. This one is a pretty simple distinction. I think that will be a Super Bowl player. The coloring matches up. Super Bowl program wasn't that amazing. Probably not an egg you need, but that's what I think will be inside the Super one. Next up, another very simple one that I am confident in as well. We got the Tamago Egg. Tamago actually, I believe, means like Genki or something like that in Japanese. It also has the same coloring as the Genki Force program. Again, this egg isn't amazing. Genki Genki Force wasn't the greatest program. The way these eggs to me are good is if the program players are still expensive. And Genki Force cards, they ain't expensive. They weren't that good. Next up, we got one that I think will actually be really good. It is the United Egg. I think the United Egg will be all-star athletes. The United word doesn't really give me a hint right here, but the coloring is pretty similar to the way that the all-star athlete program was colored. So this United Egg, I think could be really, really good. United, Solar, and Mixed to me are probably the top 3 right here. United could be good though. And then finally, we got the Yearly Egg. I believe this will be Team of the Year. Coloring matches up. Yearly is a pretty good tell. I think that will be Team of the Year. Let's move on to the player eggs. This is where things get a little bit more difficult, but Mutt Leaks did help us out a lot when it comes to going through and making our player predictions. Now, the first thing we need to know is we need to know which eggs are going to be giving LTDs, which ones will give champions, and which ones will give heroes. And the way we're going to figure that out is by going through and taking a look at the quick sell value of each of these eggs. Like I said before, if an egg quick sells for more carats, typically it will give you a higher overall player. And we're going to start this off by taking a look at the LTD eggs. These will be 99 overall players, and the LTD eggs include the Hacker Egg, the Chef Egg, the Dynamic Egg, and the Powerful Egg. Now, Mutt Leaks did confirm that the players that are inside of the LTD eggs are Jeremiah Wosu-Kimura, Buda Baker, Anthony Richardson, and Walter Jones. So basically what we're doing is we're matching those 4 cards up with the 4 different eggs that we now know are the LTDs. And in terms of doing that match work, I believe the Powerful Egg should reveal a Walter Jones left tackle card. Powerful just makes too much sense for a left tackle. I think that'll be Walter Jones. Next up, the Chef Egg, Buda Baker. Bakers are what? Well, they're not necessarily chefs, but they're kind of close to that when you do a little word association. I do believe that the Chef Egg will be Buda Baker. Obviously, that could change, and I could be wrong with some of these, but I do think that one will be Buda Baker. Honestly, not the greatest card. Buda Baker cards usually aren't that amazing. Then the Dynamic one, this one is interesting. I think this one is Anthony Richardson, 100%. Dynamic is probably like the #1 phrase people would use to describe Anthony Richardson when he was coming out in the draft right here. So I do think that one will be Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson cards typically don't have the best releases in this game. This card will be fast. This card will get good abilities. We'll see how good he is though. And then finally, that leaves Jeremiah Wosu-Kimura to likely be the Hacker Egg. Jeremiah Wosu-Kimura is an outside linebacker. He's more of a pass coverage outside linebacker. And honestly, these LTD eggs, they don't excite me a ton. They'll probably be good, but they honestly excite me less than the next cards that I'm going to show you. Now, the next ones we're going to go over are the champion tier eggs. Now, these champions I would think might be 99s, but we'll see. If they're 98s, they're still going to be good cards. And in terms of which eggs these ones are, there's an alphabetical, a ball hawk, and a jungle egg. Now, the players that Mutt Leaks has already leaked inside of these are going to be CeeDee Lamb, George Kittle, as well as AJ Hawk himself. Let's talk what each of these might be. Now, first things first, the alphabetical one. This is actually kind of a cool one by EA Sports. CeeDee Lamb, C after D is exactly how it's spelled in the alphabet. So it would be alphabetical for CeeDee Lamb to be inside of there, with CD being 2 letters next to each other in the alphabet. And I think this card actually will be really, really good. Typically, the skill position players in the eggs are dope. Next up, we got the Ball Hawk Egg. I was actually kind of on the fence as to whether or not this would be George Kittle or this would be AJ Hawk, but I'm going to give this one to George Kittle. Reason why I say that is because you wouldn't really call a tight end a ball hawk. Now, obviously, George Kittle probably has caught more balls in his career, but it's just not a phrase you would use for an offensive player. It's what you'd use for a defensive player. So AJ Hawk, even though he's only got 9 interceptions in his entire career, I do think he's inside of the Ball Hawk Egg. Then next up, that leaves George Kittle to be the jungle one. George in the jungle. I mean, that could be a stretch right there, but it's also the only egg remaining, so I think it makes sense for George Kittle to be inside of that one. And honestly, out of the eggs I've showed you so far, alphabetical interests me, jungle interests me, and dynamic, probably those are the 3 that interest me the most. Now, additionally, there's also some hero eggs in circulation. Those 3 are Howdy, Cardinal, and Flying, and the players are Elijah Vera Tucker, Sheldon Rankins, as well as Isaac Arendo. Who knows? These cards still could be somewhat high overalls, but I don't think they're going to be like 98s, probably 97s at max. Now, in terms of what's inside of here, Louisville Cardinals, Sheldon Rankins is likely the Cardinal egg. Obviously, went to Louisville Cardinals, so I would suspect the Cardinal is Sheldon Rankins. Then that leaves the Howdy and the Flying Egg for Elijah Vera Tucker, and Elijah Vera Tucker, I hate to say it, buddy, but you are not flying around the football field the way Isaac Arendo is flying around the football field. I believe Flying is Isaac Arendo, leaving Howdy to be Elijah Vera Tucker. Now, in terms of the best eggs that I have just mentioned in this entire video, here's what I think. I would say the must-have, you gotta keep it eggs. Anthony Richardson, who I believe is in Dynamic, CeeDee Lamb, who I believe is in Alphabetic, George Kittle, who I believe is in Jungle, as well as the Solar and the United Egg. The Solar and the United Egg, I believe, are going to be the Combine program, as well as the All-Star Athlete program. And those eggs, I think, are either giving you the best players and the best programs, or the best specific players you can pull out of an egg in Madden 25 Ultimate Team. If you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to scroll down and drop a like if you found it helpful and you want to stay up to date with more Madden Ultimate Team tips, tricks, news, and information. Be sure you are subscribed to this YouTube channel, and until next time, I'm out. Love y'all. See ya. Peace.